Morning everyone. I thought I'd share a few more little memories with you. First of all, I don't know if you'll be able to see this. I'm in another room and it's not as light in here. But that's a picture of the biggest bear in the shop, the first bear that I bought from a little shop in Ironbridge. His name is Gus, and with Gus is a tiny little bear that I bought. Let me just see if I can pick her up. She didn't cost very much, but I just thought she was sweet. She looks well loved, doesn't she? So I only point out Gus because he's sitting next to a chess set that I bought. Now, I bought this chess set when I was 17, I think. It's not a very good picture of it. But that's the chess set, and I'll go back in the other room and I'll take a few pieces with me and tell you the story about the chess set. Right ladies, I'm back in the other room, and this was the chess set I was telling you about. This was the Queen. The set is based on Reynard the Fox as a king in the dark colour. And I can't remember all of the story, but I know this bear, as a punishment, has to carry the monkey on his back. And I just liked this chess set when I was working in Birmingham at the time. And each morning on my way to work I passed an antique shop. And the antique shop had got this chess set in the window, and I just fell in love with it. And I went in and asked how much it was, and he said to me, "It isn't old, it's brand new." But it was £20, and I think that was with the chessboard as well. That's made of resin. You can still buy these today. And I couldn't afford £20. I earned, I think it was £11 a week. So he agreed to, things you do, he agreed to have £2 a week off me until it was paid for, and then I could collect it. So that's what I did. I was young and single, and I just, that was me. I loved it and I needed it. So I purchased this. Then about, how long would it be? Three or 4 years afterwards, possibly. I'd got some items of bric-a-brac, and I thought I'm going to do an antique fair and sort of the low end of the market, cheap bric-a-brac stuff, and see how it goes. So I went to this little antique fair in Bridge North and set up my goods, and it was a very, very slow day. So I got talking to this man alongside, and he got this chess set on his table and nothing else, just the chess set. And as I said, it's been a few years since I'd purchased mine, so I said to him, "I like your chess set. Just out of curiosity, what are you asking for it?" And he was a really smug man, you know the type. Oh, he's not watching. Make me an offer, he said. I said, "I don't want to buy it. I've said I've got one. I just wondered how much you're selling yours for." And he said, "Well, I don't think you could afford it." I must have looked impoverished. And I went, "Oh yeah." He said, "You couldn't afford it?" And I said, "Well, mine cost me £20. How much are you selling yours for? And he was absolutely, well, he just went ballistic. He paid £250 for his, and he was sold it as an antique, and he really thought he'd got something worth mega money. And I showed him the bottom and all his the felt circles on the bottom, brand new. It was brand new. I just knew it was brand new. You can still buy them today. Now they're about £250 today, but that's with a better board. I think it's Spanish wood, the board. Mine's just resin, the same as the pieces. So I often think of the Smug Man and the chess set, and I watched him angrily wrap every piece up and storm out of this antique fair. And I thought, well, I bought mine because I loved it. He bought it because he wanted to make money. Sort of a lesson there, if you like. So that's the story of the chess set. Now, what else can I show you? I'll show you my first cross-stitch picture, because do you remember the craze of cross-stitch? Everybody started doing cross-stitch. It was a thing to be doing. I've still got lots and lots of kits, and I do like cross-stitch. I've got one on the frame at the moment, but I couldn't tell you when I last touched it. It's got to be 6 months. But I like this particular one, little girl sitting on the step with a little rag doll. Excuse the light. And the bottles of milk on the step. You noticed I like anything twee, so that appealed to me. And as I say, that was my first chess set piece. Just move that to one side. I was wandering around an antique fair at the local town hall about 20 years ago now, and I was talking to a lady, and she sold handbags, and this wasn't very expensive, but it really appealed to me because of the way it's made. It's British made, beautiful quality, absolutely beautiful quality. And the finishing is just gorgeous. I'm not quite sure of the material on the outside. I know the inside has got silk dupion. Just a little paste. I hope it's paste. What if it was real diamonds, girls? I wouldn't be talking to you now. I'd be in that mansion with a swimming pool and a tennis court. And lots of rooms so that crafters could visit me. Well, they could stay if they wanted to. They could live there for me. So I'll get doing the lottery and try and win for you girls. Now inside it's lined with silk, as I say. It's just a vintage hanky. These little leather boxes weren't included, but I like tiny little boxes, and I've just bought that one. It's very, very, very cheap because there's nothing inside it, but look at the quality of that box. The way it's carved, and sort of, I don't know if it's leather, imitation leather on top, but it's lovely. And inside it was either a case for cufflinks, very posh cufflinks, or earrings. If you can hear the rain, we're having a right storm at the minute. I think somebody's building an ark. So it's that little box and this little leather. It's figured, a beautiful pattern on the front. It was either a little tiny cigarette case, lady's cigarette case, or a card case. Because it's slightly beveled, I would say cigarettes. Again, twee little box, love it. So that was a little purchase I made all those years ago. And what fascinated me about bags then, 1920s, 30s, even into the 40s, ladies always carried a little safety pin pinned inside. You see, just in case the bra strap broke and they've got to bend it again. I've got a little pin there ready and waiting. So nice little bag there. A cheap little item that I bought was because of the needlework on it. And it's a piece of silk embroidery. You know the birthday cards, the greetings cards that they used to have embroidered in World War I and send home to the sweethearts. Well, it's that type of thing. And at first I looked at it and I just saw embroidery. It wasn't till I looked a bit closer. Well, we've got the initials RAMC, and that stands for the Royal Army Medical Corps. And whether or not this little item was used in the Royal Army Medical Corps, I don't know, by a nurse, because it is a needle pouch. I've not washed it, I'm frightened to wash it or clean it. That's exactly as I bought it. But I thought that deserved space. The fact that, and it's made of silk. So that's got some age to it, some social history, and I like that. Another little thing I wanted to show you, a little autograph book I bought. Now I like autograph books, old ones. Half the time there are no autographs in it, just from, you know, when you ask friends, oh, can you sign my book? This goes back to about the 1920s. And I just like to see what other people have written to their friends. All sorts of little verses and poems, and I'll just read you two or three. I like this one. There's absolutely nothing on the page, and underneath it says, "The above is a view of an aeroplane out of sight." That just appealed to my sense of humour. Let's have a little. This one. This little verse, yeah. "Go to father," she said, when I asked her to wed, and she knew that I knew that her father was dead. She knew that I knew what a life he had had, and she knew that I knew what she meant when she said, "Go to father." In other words, drop dead. Funny things they write. 1925 that was. "When on this book you chance to look, just think of the girl who spoilt your book by writing in it." These little things, all these ladies have gone now. And they're just left for posterity. People like me who just find interest in reading what they've said to one another. "The happiest days of all my life were spent in the arms of another man's wife, my mother." That's quite sweet, isn't it? And I also bought the book for that. Isn't that a lovely image? It's got, I don't know if that's a Sister Chad or Saint Chad. I think it could be Sister Chad. Oh, and this bookmark that I've got in my hand while I think about it, beautifully worked, nice work. I just happened to spot a craft fair and I called in with my husband. And I always like to support crafters, it doesn't matter what they sell. And I always struggle to sell because people don't want to spend money and think it's overpriced because it's handmade, but I don't think it is. It's on a crafter, obviously. But this, I said to the lady, oh how lovely, I've always wanted to do pillow lace. And she said, don't ask me to teach you. She says, I'm not a teacher, I'm not teaching, I haven't got time for that sort of thing. And it was only a comment. Some people do jump down your throat, don't they? So to make her feel a bit guilty, I bought it. Some people. So, that's a little interesting book that I bought. And the last thing I'll show you today, girls, because I don't want to bore you, you know. This is from Lourdes, a little box from Lourdes, and it was given to me by a lady who I went to visit, and I visited her in the course of my job, and we were chatting away, and she was the loveliest lady, absolutely lovely, tragic history. I won't mention her name. She'll know who she is if she's watching, if she's still here, bless her. But she lived a very, I thought, sad and lonely life. Very, very put down, restricted by her husband. One of these ladies, and they're still out there, which is sad, can't do anything, can't go anywhere without the husband's permission. And felt genuinely sorry for her. And we were talking, and she'd had, when she was younger, she had twins, and they were twin boys. And they developed, no, I'm not sure whether it was measles, or whether it was whooping cough, I can't remember. But one died, and the other one was just as ill, and the doctor said to her, you're going to lose this one as well, so prepare yourself. So what she did, in desperation, she got some water, holy wood from Lourdes, and it was years old, and it was green at the bottom. That's how old it was. And in desperation, she forced spoonfuls of this water into the baby, sat up with the baby all night, and the doctor came next day expecting to find the child dead, and little by little the child survived. And she'll say whether anyone believes her or not, she believes it was the water, she believes it was the prayer, and it was just a lovely ending to a very, very sad story. And I tried to persuade her that there is a life out there besides your husband, just to be brave and make that first step and go out by yourself, join some classes, go anywhere, even if it's just get on a bus and go to a shop. And she said I'd given her the confidence to do that, and she was going to. And she was so thankful she gave me this little box. I said, I don't want anything, you know me, I don't want anything, just for the sake of sitting, talking and reminiscing. And really it's that empathy, isn't it, with people. She says, I can't give you anything, I haven't got anything to give, but this is, I've got to stop this because I shall start crying. This was the only thing she'd got, and it meant the world to her. And it was a £0.50 piece, which she'd had blessed in Lourdes. A lady had been there to Lourdes, had that blessed, brought it back, and she treasured that, and she gave that to me. Now, can you imagine giving your most priceless possession to a relative stranger? And I often think of that lady, and I'm going to have to stop here because I'm just a little bit too emotional at the minute, ladies. So thanks for watching, and I'll be back again another time. Thanks. Bye for now.